Hey everybody, welcome back to In the Know at IRCSO. I'm your Indian River County Sheriff Eric Flowers here in our real-time crime center, and it's particularly fitting today that we're doing this In the Know show, as we just had a major incident that happened. It turned out to be nothing, but it really worked out great having this real-time crime center. So if you go back to 2017 when I attended the FBI National Academy, I had the opportunity to visit New York PD's real-time crime center and see what they were doing. Over time, I saw local agencies, smaller agencies, starting to develop their own real-time crime center. And I knew when I took over as sheriff that this was something I wanted to do. So we actually brought all of our analysts and we brought some other folks into the real-time crime center at the same time. I'm here with Barbie Spalding. Barbie has been with the agency for 30 years. And before being in the real-time crime center, she served over in our warrants unit at the entering warrants over at the courthouse. We also have Patrick Haas. You've been with us for what, about 3 years now? Two years. And Patrick was working in our detective bureau as a social media analyst. So all these different people from around the agency got pulled together into what is now the real-time crime center. And the idea here is that dispatch is the heartbeat of the agency, and we'll do another updated video from dispatch talking to the team over there about what they do every day. But they're really answering phone calls and dispatching and giving information out, and they can't do that deep dive. They don't have time to watch cameras. They don't have time to do the social media digging. And so we have this real-time crime center who can do this as things are happening in the county. And so Barbie, how has it been for you, the change to being in the real-time crime center from what you did before?
It's been very interesting. It's a lot of learning different things. It's totally different from warrants.
Yeah, and Patrick, you were doing social media analysis. Now you have all these tools at your disposal. How has that been for you?
It's been insane. I mean, it's been really fun, and especially the helping be a more data-driven agency. It's been really great. And
so behind us on the screen here is actually video from the helicopter. And so we had an incident earlier in downtown Vero. I was actually able to come in here into the real-time crime center, watch live from our helicopter as they were viewing what was happening, the deputies on the ground. We were able to pull up their body camera video, see that in real time. Patrick's got another screen behind him that's some of his data that we use to make decisions on how we handle patrols. Can you talk a little bit about that data and how it's helping the deputies do their job?
Yeah, so it's the regular data that's in our record management system, but now it's made to be more digestible for the deputies, and it's just to help them visualize what's happening in their area so that they know where they need to be paying attention to.
Yeah, and on top of that, inside this room here, you can't see it, we can't show you the whole room. We've got the school cameras that they're able to watch in real time. They're able to see, if there's an active shooter called out or a lockdown at one of the schools, they can monitor that. They can see how the kids are moving as they do drills, as they do practices. The real-time crime center is monitoring all that to ensure the safety of our school children every day. Additionally, we've got the map of where all the deputies are behind us. On other screens in here, they pull up information about video from around the station. They keep an eye on our campus. They keep an eye on any other video that we have access to. And throughout the day, anything can happen in here, from entering warrants, right? Yes. That's still happening over here. You're receiving calls and tips and leads and all those things, and digesting that and turning it into a product that the deputies can actually use for their patrol work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about some of those products, like the bulletins that you send out, and sort of like how that happens, how it even comes about that you would send out a bulletin to the deputies?
We would receive the information from the deputies, like if it was a missing person or a stolen vehicle. They report the information to us, and then they'll ask us to put out like an attempt to locate or
identify bulletins like that, and we'll take the extra step and we'll do more research on the subject or the vehicle to give them extra information so that they have more to work with than just what they originally gave us.
Sure, and we have our media team here who is behind the camera who produced this, but you guys actually contribute to social media as well.
Yes.
You're putting out bulletins on social media. When you see those pictures, and I know everybody on social media who's going to watch this eventually is going to say, well, I've seen those terrible pictures and they laugh and they make fun of the pictures. We can only work with what we got, right?
Yes.
I mean, you guys get those pictures. We try and enhance them as best as we can, but a lot of places just don't have updated video software. They don't have updated cameras, and whatever we get is what we get, and we push it out to social media. So if we had something better, we would definitely give it to you. But so these are the folks that intake that information, intake that data, and turn it into something that's actionable for the public, for the deputies. And additionally, you're sending that information out to other agencies, right? You're putting it into the FCIC, NCIC system, and you're also sending it out to other agencies so that they can be on the lookout for local crimes. Additionally, you receive those bulletins from other agencies, and you distribute those to the deputies so that if there's a shooting in the Melbourne area or a stolen vehicle out of Fort Pierce, you guys will be responsible for making sure that they get that information here locally, right?
Yes, we do.
That's fantastic. So can you talk a little bit about, you know, just how the transition to, you know, monitoring school cameras and all those things, Patrick, like what that, you know, how's that working out?
It was, originally I thought it was going to be overwhelming, but I mean, once you get used to it, it's not that bad. There was a little practice required to maneuver the system, but I mean, it's just another part of my job, and it's pretty simple now.
And every day when there's like, because they do every school, we're responsible for 24 schools, I believe it is. There's a couple that are covered by Sebastian Police Department, a couple that are covered by Vero Police Department, but those schools are constantly doing drills, and so you hear that on the radio when the school resource deputy is calling out for a drill, and then you guys follow up and check and watch the drill as it happens in real time, right?
Yeah, and we were actually able to do a test run with Deputy Snowhill.
Yeah, at Vero.
Last week with Vero, and it was nice.
You were able to see, and you're able to see in there, like, you know which buildings are which. You've got maps, you've got all that data,
and we had the body cam up too, and we were able to follow both ways. It was nice.
It's incredible. The technology that you guys have access to. I mean, just today, being able to stand in here and watch the helicopter, watch the body camera. 6 months ago, we didn't have that technology, and it's relatively easy, and that saves us, you know, to be able to know what's going on. You guys can start doing analytical work, providing feedback. It's just incredible, and I'm excited that we were able to do this in such a short amount of time. We've got a lot more great technology coming. I can't talk about all of it. Obviously, we don't want all the bad guys out there who watch our show religiously. I'm sure they watch In the Know all the time. We don't want to give away all of our secrets, but I know that with this new incoming technology, you guys are going to be able to put even more bad guys in jail. And you guys actually, when we first started this, when I first took over, you got to tour other real-time crime centers, right?
Yes.
How did that go?
They were amazing. It's unbelievable how much technology and everything that they had in their centers, and knowing how they use it, and it was incredible.
So Sheriff Staley in Flagler County was very impressive to me. Sheriff Snyder in Martin County, both guys that I look up to, both opened their arms. You know, I went and visited the real-time crime center, and Sheriff Staley actually reports a 40% reduction in crime as a result of their real-time crime center. We took, in my opinion, the best parts of every one of those, and we're putting it together. We're not quite there yet. We've got a little bit more to go. We've got some technology that's coming in still, but I do believe that you know, we're going to see a similar reduction, that we're going to see real impacts on crime because of what you guys do in here every single day. And I also hope that it relieves dispatch a little bit, because you know, Barbie, you know about it. Dispatch is one of those places that people are, you know, it's a lot of stress. Those 911 calls are just brutal, and anything you guys can take off of them is really a helpful thing, and I think they appreciate that too. So I'm excited for it. I'm excited for the future of the Real-Time Crime Center, and we're still growing. You know, we're still learning how this is going to work out and how it's going to play out for our agency. But I'm certainly excited for the future, and I hope you guys are too.
We are very excited.
Very good. So they're not the only ones that work in here today. They're the only ones who are in here today. But we also have Carrie Gardner, who works in here, and Kim Poole. They're not here, and Sydney will be starting over here with us soon. So this is another episode of In the Know at IRCSO. We thank you for tuning in here live from the Real-Time Crime Center. We will be back with another episode from our dispatch and several other things we've got going on. Thanks to Barbie Spalding and to Patrick Haas for being here with me today, and Russ, who was here to talk about Crime Stoppers. Hopefully you learned a lot, and you continue to learn about the Indian River County Sheriff's Office through this program. Have a great day and be safe out there.